When it comes to filing taxes, let's face it, it's a very personal thing. But what are you missing out by not having a CPA? Let's sit down with Holly Nicholas and find out exactly what it means to be prepared. Hi, Holly. Thank you so much for joining us today. Okay, so one of the things that you do that I absolutely love about the way you handle your clients is it's not about taxes, it's about the individual. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I think the thing about taxes, anything that has to do with taxes, is having a relationship with somebody who understands your situation. Mm-hmm. I have so many people come in at the end of the year and they want to file their taxes, and maybe the rates have gone up or things have changed and they didn't know it, or maybe they owe a lot of taxes, whatever their situation is, where if you have a relationship with a CPA and you're coming in throughout the year, then somebody can help you proactively save taxes and stay within the law and know what the law is, because it keeps changing so frequently.
It really does. You know, that's one of the things I've noticed about the tax laws. I think people get in a rut of they feel like they can do it. They've done it before. Yeah. It's like jumping rope, but it's really not. How often do tax laws change?
Right now it feels like the tax laws are changing every day, which again makes it very important to have a relationship with someone that you're working with them proactively. But even if the tax laws aren't changing, your situation's changing. Whether you have a business, whether you just have a personal return at the end of the year, or whether something's changed in your family, whatever it is, things keep growing, evolving, changing. So that's what the role is of the CPA, to help you proactively understand your situation, know your situation, and help you to make decisions. And also the thing is to be proactive about your taxes, not reactive and coming in at the end of the year. You want to know what's going on ahead of time.
That's true. And you know, you said something. Being a CPA is a very personal relationship. I see the commercials with, you know, the guy who files his taxes and he comes home, and then the same guy who filed his taxes last week is working as a plumber on his sink. And what is it to have a personal relationship with your CPA? Honestly,
it's coming in and knowing that person and knowing each other and being honest with that person. Sometimes people don't want to tell me something, and they don't realize that if they will just tell me everything and let me see their full picture and help me understand them, then I'll be able to help them better. It's like I always say, you can't have a relationship with your computer.
You really can't. That's right. And your computer can't ask the right questions to save you the most money.
Right, exactly. And the thing is, even when I'm talking to somebody, I really have to tap into how are they hearing my questions. You know, what are they telling me right now? A computer is just, you know,
box.
It's all pre-planned. If they say this, then they must do this. But when you're actually talking to someone in person, on the phone, however it is, you actually understand what they're trying to tell you. They understand what you're asking them, so that you can accomplish what you're trying to accomplish, which is to save taxes and do it legally and legitimately.
Yeah. One of the things I think that people are fearful of is life constantly is changing. Who I was 5 years ago filing taxes is not who I am today filing taxes.
Absolutely.
So between life changing and the laws changing, it's important to have someone that you can talk to.
Right.
And I love the way that you said that you look at the individual's life, you know, because in CPA world, if you do this, it causes a reaction. There is something else to handle.
Yeah, that's a very good point. It's like it's not about, oh, okay, I know the law and the law says this. It's that, okay, if I look at your situation and you do this, then what's going to happen over here? It's about the full picture. It's about the long-term plan. It's not about just the 1 year.
I love that. It's a holistic look at your life, your taxes, and your money, right?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. So you coined the phrase,
do you know where your money is?
Do you know where your money is? And I love that. Tell us a little bit about that.
I've had that for a long time, because people would come into my office. It's very simple, and they would be sometimes in tears and saying, I made so much money last year, but I have nothing to show for it. And that's from a tax and a financial planning standpoint. I don't have anything to show for it. Or else they would say the opposite, which is, I didn't make a lot of money last year and I owe a lot of taxes. I don't understand. And it all came down to that you can do reports and profit and losses, and you can go into software and put your numbers in there, but people don't really know where their money's going. They don't really grasp how they're spending it and what's happening and how come they made this money and they don't have a retirement plan, and being able to balance all of that. To me, it's all about balancing that.
It is about balance. So what do you recommend to your clients who come to you and say, where did my money go, or where did this money come from? What do you say to them?
Well, from a software perspective, we use a lot of things like the QuickBooks, but I really think my best clients and meetings where I feel like I've actually changed somebody's situation and helped them to understand really comes from the conversation. It's so once I have the information and I do it, then it's about showing them, like, here, this is what's going on, this is what you're doing. And then if you tell me what you want to accomplish, then I can help you accomplish that.
On an individual level, how do you think someone should go about finding the right person to help them with that?
Well, most of my business, almost all of it, is from referrals. A lot of people do find me on the internet, so I think it's just like with anything else. People are going to want to use somebody that they trust uses.
True.
So.
Do you find that women have a tendency to refer you more than men?
I don't know if that might be a 50-50 thing with me. I don't know that there's necessarily a correlation there. But I do work with a lot of women and a lot of businesses that are owned by husbands and wives that are running those businesses together. So a great deal of the time I'm working with the woman. It just turns out to be maybe in my practice where I'm working with them on the financial side or on the accounting side. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that in most husband and wife run businesses, the husband's out doing the business, but the woman's doing all the book work.
She's doing all of the other stuff. That's right. Yeah, definitely. And that's, I don't know if it's a stereotype, but that's definitely what I see a lot of, yeah.
I love that. And I love that that's got to be very empowering for that woman who, it can be taxes can be either overwhelming or not. And I think it all depends on who you have to talk to about.
Right, right.
What do you say to somebody who feels like they're just overwhelmed?
They just need to get the right CPA.
You got to love that. So what do you say to people who call you up on April 1st?
Right.
And go, oh my gosh.
Well, it is tough when a lot of people come in at the last minute because, we have to do our job right. We want to do our due diligence. We want to have time. So I do tell people over and over again every year, you don't have to come in April 1st just because you don't want to file or pay until April 15th. And one of the things that we did a few years ago, which really changed everything for us, is we went paperless. So we have an incredible paperless system. And with the way audits go nowadays and having to keep everything, you can scan something or fax it or send it to us and we can drop it into our paperless system. So no more files, no more filing cabinets.
No more bins full of paperwork.
Yes, you get audited, we already have your receipt. So keep it easy on yourself and send the stuff over and, meet with your CPA at least once in the year, midway through the year, and then you'll have all your records together, and it doesn't have to be that painful.
So honestly, you could send in 3 months worth of stuff at a time,
Absolutely.
And then by the time April 1st did come around, you're not so, oh my goodness.
Yes, because people pile it up in their houses and then they bring it all in the shoebox. It's like, it's not necessary. The times have changed.
All right, Holly, if people are, let's say, in a pickle, or maybe they're not, how do they find you?
Just go to my website and give me a call.
Terrific. What else do you do besides CPA?
I do financial planning. That's kind of my passion, bringing those two things together.
That actually
They do
works.
go hand in hand.
They do go hand in hand. I love that. Terrific. Thank you so much, Holly. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, so there you have it. Whether you wait till April 1st or you don't, it's all about a personal relationship with your CPA.